Hey guys, the Explorer of Horror here, the Horror Boy. Wanted to get on here and talk about some wrestling because I've been doing a lot of wrestling related things lately, and I'm joined by Colton here.
Hello, everyone.
And today we're going to be talking about two major pay per views that we've seen fairly recently. I was going to lop in NXT with it, but um, being the NXT thing, I kind of wanted to keep in its own category. But we have WWE Summerslam to talk about and AEW All Out to talk about. So,
I'll pull up my card.
all right. First of all, Cole, I wanted to ask you, what was your thoughts on both shows overall, like as shows?
As shows,
Mm-hmm.
everyone knows how much everyone knows how much I am as a wrestling fan when it comes to WWE and how much I criticize AEW. And what I've seen from both shows is WWE. I don't know what you're doing. We gotta get your stuff together because what I watched with All In.
I mean, SummerSlam.
No, I'm talking about the other one.
Oh, All Out.
All Out. That was some good stuff right there. But SummerSlam, it was difficult to watch. I'll say that. So the kickoff match was Big E versus Corbin. It was a fun little match. It was a fun little thing with having Corbin steal his briefcase and everything, and having Corbin go, "I'm broke. I need money. Give me money." And of course, the face, overcomes everything. So Big E wins. That was a good little match. We were like, okay, we had hope. Remember, we had hope. That was a good little opener. We were having hope. And then we had AJ and Omos versus RK Bro. So RK Bro won, which was unexpected. It was unexpected for me. I don't know about anyone else, but was not seeing that coming.
What would you say overall as a match, though? Like, how did
As
you
a
like
match?
it as a match?
Too short.
And I thought really there was no build up to the ending. Like, if you noticed, that was a problem with the pay per view. A lot of the matches just ended.
A lot of them just he went for an RKO and he kind of botched it, if you remember, because he went to lifting, but he couldn't lift AJ.
Oh yeah, I do
So
remember that
AJ
spot.
kind of pushed him off and then ran, and Orton just said, "Come here," and just RKO'd him. But again, with this pay per view, I don't know what happened with endings and other stuff, but that match should have went on for another 5, maybe 10 minutes, in my opinion. That was a solid match, just and too soon, because it started picking up, and it was over. I was like, what the heck? I give that a 3.5.
Yeah.
It could have been easily
Out of 10 or out of 5?
Out of 5.
Out of 5?
3.5. It could have easily been a 4 to a 4.5, but it just ended so
Yeah,
soon.
I'm there with you. Around a 3, 3.5.
Because it
had potential,
mm-hmm.
but it was just short.
Mm-hmm. So that happened.
What what's ironic is that this show is almost 4 hours long, but yet all the matches were so short.
And
do you know why? Because I feel like you could have cut out some of those matches. Like, you could have, in my opinion,
the next match should have been.
Well, to me, you're probably going to disagree with this. I would cut the tag team matches because really they didn't mean anything. There was no story built to them, and there was no build to the actual matches.
Well, with AJ and Almost and Orton RK Bro, there was story because I think 2 nights on Raw, Orton RKO'd Riddle. Riddle was like, "Why'd you do that, bro? We're supposed to be a team, bro." And then Orton was like, "I don't want nothing to do with you." So then I think he was facing AJ. He was facing AJ. I don't even watch him. It's kind of sad I can keep up with it. He faced AJ and almost came out, was going to try to beat up Orton. And then Riddle came out and distracted Almost and got Almost away. Orton picked up the win. And then Riddle slid in the ring to stop AJ from trying to hurt Orton. And Almost tried to get involved too, but Riddle was there. And then Orton was like, "Okay, we're a team. But I can see it compared to a lot of other things. The next match should have been completely cut. Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie.
One of the worst Divas matches I've seen.
That was
It was horrible.
That was awful. No, let's not forget that match should have ended 5 minutes sooner because she hit her with a doll and the ref just looked at it like, oh,
That's not a forearm. Okay.
that's not a.
That's okay. You can use that.
You can hit her with a doll.
Look.
You know, a lot of people give Alexa Bliss a lot of crap. I can't hate her. She's doing what she's supposed to do. She's doing her job. Even if you hate the gimmick, I still give her props because at the end of the day, she's doing something she probably doesn't want to do. She probably wants to go. I don't know if she wants to go back to the gosh, but I'm pretty sure she probably wants this gimmick to end because it was with Bray and then they released Bray and it was just a mess. And I feel bad for her. She's still killing it though. I still give her that. She's still killing it, and she's still good. And I honestly, as much as I hate her gimmick, I honestly hope she can beat Charlotte at Extreme Rules. I really do. Can we just get rid of Charlotte?
I don't want to see either of them. I want to see, you know who I want to see? Shayna Baszler beat Charlotte.
Well, they keep looking her look like she's like a dummy.
Yeah, which that's their fault. Like I don't want to see
NXT Shayna Baszler. Oh my god, Shayna Baszler would murder everyone in that ring if it was NXT Shayna Baszler.
I don't even know who else is on Raw.
With women?
Yeah.
Ripley, Nikki, but they're teaming for some weird reason. Now,
And they're both being treated awfully.
Well, they beat Natalya and Tamina, but who is it beat Natalya and Tamina at this point? Like they need it. Like,
it doesn't matter.
They need to get rid of the women's tag team titles because there's Tamina and Natalya, Nikki and Ripley. There's 2 teams. Sasha and Tegan. There's another team. There's 3 teams. And Shayna and Nia. There's 4 teams. And Nia's on Raw. Let's get away from that. Because that was the women's division on Raw. Blech. Personally, I think this match, we both agree is the best match on the pay-per-view in our opinion. Maybe before the main event. Sheamus and Priest.
Very good match.
Very good match. I don't even want to rate the other match. I give it a -5.
We're just going to skip past that. It didn't happen.
What a match between these two. Hard-hitting, good storytelling. Everything was there. Everything clicked. And Priest got the dub. And it was worth it because I was sitting there. I was like, if they make Sheamus win, I'm going to be like, what was the point in this? Because Sheamus is there to look good, but also to put these other guys over, in my opinion. He's been doing that a lot of. And they're kind of doing it with Drew now on Raw. Sheamus just beat Drew on Raw clean. Well, no, he rolled him up and grabbed his title. Never mind, he did a heel thing. But Sheamus versus Priest was a good freaking match. I loved it. The atmosphere was there. Priest was getting hit, over with the Puerto Rican attendants that were in Oakland. Or not Oakland. I'm thinking the Raiders are still in Oakland. In Las Vegas, the crowd was kind of dead, which irritated me a little bit. And I was like, can y'all get up? Like this match is getting good. And then they didn't really have the crowd didn't get into it towards the end, and I was kind of bummed with that. I was like, man, but.
Well, you got to understand what they just witnessed. They just witnessed a bunch of really short matches that went. That's why, personally, I would cut out the tag team. If you cut out the tag team and you cut out that match, you're cutting out 30 minutes of stuff that meant nothing to me because I'm not really into the storyline with Raw, with AJ and Almas versus RK Bro. I'm just not. I like RK Bro. But I'm not into whatever that match was. Usos versus Mysterious, which we'll get to later, I thought was just a filler match.
It really
was nothing about it that was interesting. And they lost again. They made the Mysterios lose again. So
it was a good match, but it was that could have been on SmackDown.
It was like a 10-minute TV match at best. It shouldn't have been the pay-per-view. And then Alexa Bliss versus
Eva Marie.
Yeah, I forgot it was Eva Marie. I was thinking, who did she verse? It was Eva Marie, and it literally was one of the worst Divas matches I think I've ever seen because Eva Marie, she can't even run out of the ring the right way. She botched running out of the ring. You cannot run out of the ring right. I can jump in there and run out of the ring right. I know how you're supposed to do it. I'm not a professional, but I've seen videos like, okay, this is how you fall out of the ropes.
Al Snow.
This crap, she said, and then fell out looking like she slipped on some ice or something like that. I'm like, what the hell? And then she's not really selling that great. In the match that I seen, her versus Doudrop, she didn't really sell very good in that match. And it was like, I don't know, man. You bring back Eva Marie and you give her all this hype just to job her and bury her again. Like, you bring her back every 4 or 5 years as a new gimmick just to bury her and job her.
Let go of the Iconics, Ruby Riott, all these women.
People who could probably, I don't know, actually be used in the tag team division.
And one of them that you didn't use to her full potential.
And now is on AEW and on fire.
Already?
She even said that reaction she got at AEW was the best she's ever had. Like, she's never gotten a pop like that before. That's including NXT. So I'm glad. Like, the thing I would just say about the Damian Priest match and Sheamus, why I loved it is because first of all, there was a story there. They told a story in the ring, and they actually had time to work. And I think why these matches didn't work half the time is because they spent too much time trying to fill out the card. Like, it was 4 hours long, but there's no way that all that 4 hours went to the matches. There's no way.
Right. My controller fell. I'll be right back. The next match is that tag team match we were talking about. The Usos and the Mysterios.
No, I know. Damian Priest versus Sheamus to me was probably the best match. Well, I would say that and Seth and Edge are tied on some of the best matches. But the reason why Sheamus and Priest worked is because they were able to have time to actually do stuff in there and work together. What's up, John? How you doing? We're just talking about wrestling pay-per-views right now, doing reviews of the wrestling pay-per-views. But I mean, with Damian Priest, I'm glad he got put over. It was done right. He got a good 15, 20-minute match. It actually went together really good. But I think the reason why most of these matches didn't work is because they didn't give them any time to wrestle. Most of these matches were saving time for the main events, and that was about it. Everything else was just, they were literally concerned about just Roman, Bobby, and Edge versus Seth. Those are the only matches that were really cared about. Every other match was rushed. They didn't give a crap about. There was no build towards. Nobody cared about them. And you don't put Shinsuke, the IC champion, on there, but you do a match between Eva Marie and Alexa Bliss, and you make Alexa Bliss bury her, and then Eva Marie you're not giving her anything to do. She just jobs. That's all she does. You bring her back, you fire the Iconics, who are actually being used, you bring back Eva Marie just to give her nothing to do except job out to Alexa Bliss, which is stupid. And so Damian Priest versus Sheamus, I'm going to give a 4.5 out of 5. Well, I'll give it a solid 4. It was a good match. Solid 4. Great match. Sheamus' hard-hitting stuff matched well with Damian Priest's style. So that was probably one of the best matches on the card. And Damian Priest got put over, and, I always respect when they put over young talent. The match after, which I believe Colt said was the Mysterios versus the Usos, I liked it for a filler match, but besides that, there was no other reason to watch that match. It was like a 10, 15-minute match where not much happened. There was not much story. We've already seen this match before. On the pre-show, I think Money in the Bank, we've already seen this match before. So it didn't mean anything. It didn't go anywhere. Nothing really got accomplished from this match to me. We've already seen it too many times. It's been played out on TV too many times.
Trying to get the dogs back.
Oh, yeah. I gave the Damian Priest versus Sheamus match a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5? I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was freaking really good.
Mysterios,
it was good.
2.5. I mean, I can't.
We've seen it
It's
before.
just, it's been done before.
I gave it a 3 because it was still good. 3.5. It was still good.
It was a 10-minute match, 15-minute match. I guess it is what it is. What was after that?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
What was it?
Maggie. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's have this BS because for some reason, they first of all, they
They
do
knew
like
Hawk was back.
they do some false advertising, and they do this whole thing where, and I was actually into the build-up. I'm not a fan of Sasha, but I'm over here like, okay, I want to see Bianca versus Sasha. I actually want to see how this plays out. And then like they go, oh, Sasha's not here, but here's Carmella, and I'm like, oh, great, what the hell?
That's why I was like, oh god.
And then they have literally Becky come out and destroyed Carmella's career in 1 second. Just threw her out of the ring like she's a piece of garbage.
She was like nothing.
And then she just hits one move on Bianca,
She
and that's
smacks
it.
her, and then rock bottom, 1, 2, 3.
It's over.
We sat there.
You bury your most over champion for Becky to come back just so you can get a cheap. It was just for a cheap reaction, and I could see people in the audience were mad, and I was mad. I was mad. Why would you bring back Becky just to have her job out Bianca? It makes no sense. It was one of the dumbest calls I think I've seen from as far as creative goes.
I was like, are you serious? I was like, oh, this about to be a banger match. I was like, all right, this about to be a banger. This about to be fun. This about to be good. And then, oh, how you doing there, kid? Smack, rock bottom. I was like, what did I just see? What did I just witness?
You would have said bury.
Boom. That's why I witnessed.
It's just
boom. That's why I witnessed. So boom.
If you want to watch how to bring back talent, watch AEW. They do it the right way. WWE, they just bring them back and have them job people. That's literally all they do. They bring back people that you know just to job these young guys. And it's like, why? Bianca is a young up-and-coming talent, and you bury her.
And it was one of the best SmackDown Women's Champions I've ever seen.
And why the hell is Becky going to SmackDown?
When she was on Raw.
She has no business going to SmackDown.
She dropped the Raw. She should have interfered in that triple threat match, cost Charlotte the match, and have Nikki or Ripley win.
No, but that would make sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
That'd be smart booking. But like,
no, we're going to send her over to SmackDown.
Yeah. Then you send Brock to SmackDown. I'm like, why are you sending Brock to SmackDown?
They want SmackDown to be stacked, and UFC is looking at they're to be like, are you just not giving us any new toys because you want them to be happy and us not to be happy? Because I know USA was mad when they got back to Brock.
Probably were. I would have been because I'm like, who do they have on Raw that can compete with Bobby? Oh, we have Randy. You've had Randy for 9 months, and how many times have you been in the main event picture? Like 11 times, 12 times. I'm tired of Randy. I'm tired of seeing Randy Orton in the main event because all he does is lose, and you know he's going to lose. Or that one time where he beat Drew and then lost it back. Like, it was so random. Like, their booking is all over the place. Like, I love Randy. I want to see him in the tag team picture. Not the WWE Championship picture.
They should have flipped it. They should have had Riddle in there.
And then, I will mention the Goldberg stuff later, but I'm over here thinking like, okay, so they're going to drag out this Goldberg rivalry for some reason. Which, we need that. Like, we need to drag out a Goldberg rivalry.
We need that for no reason at all.
I'm like, you got guys that you could use.
Oh, sweet baby Lord Jesus.
You got Keith Lee on Raw. What are you doing?
Hold on. I just thought of the worst thing that's going to happen. I can see it now. I can see it now. They're going back to Saudi.
Mm-hmm. That's where Brock's going to be.
That's where also Goldberg's reporting to
Yeah.
be. They're going to have Brock and Goldberg win those titles at Saudi.
Yeah.
If they have that happen to screw up Lashley versus Lesnar, because I've heard rumors that it's going to be Lashley and Lesnar at Survivor Series, so we can finally get that match everyone's wanting. But at the end of the day, are they really about to have Brock and Goldberg win both titles at Saudi Arabia?
I don't know. I can see it happening.
I can see it happening. It scares me to death.
I don't know, man.
Next match, because, God, that was awful. -20. Then you got this match, which disappointed everyone in the room. Drew versus Jinder.
Yeah, the one match I was like, I want these guys to go out there and steal the show. And they have Drew bury Jinder.
No.
Did they? Is there anything that they look?
Can Raw do anything good?
I'm gonna walk out because I've way to get my food and be out of frustration. You can tell about this match.
This match was meant to steal the show, as he said. This match should have stole the show. This match should have been freaking 4.5 stars, maybe even 5. I don't know about that. No one likes Ginger. No one likes Mahal. I'm never gonna try to say his first name again. No one likes Mahal enough to give him a chance to have a 5-star match. Let's see here. The match, it was going good. It was back and forth for a little bit. But then they had Mahal run into a future shock like he was an idiot. And then I'm pretty sure he ran into a headbutt. And then it was just 3, 2, 1, your career's over. Kick! I was like, oh, well, this is interesting. I'm like, he's close to the ropes. Can he get it? 1, 2, 3. I'm like, that made the Claymore a little bit too OP. Like, I don't think anyone's kicked out of it besides Brock. Brock's the only person I know that's kicked out of it. But I wish that would have been longer, man. That match should have been good, and it wasn't. But I don't know. I don't know what WWE's doing. I really don't. And it's scaring me because it's like, you guys have been doing this for how long? Since the 80s, and you didn't have competition till WCW, and then when WCW gave you a ring, you kicked it in the high gear, and then now it's right back to the old, just book it and see what happens. It seems like, because like if you watch Raw, which I praise you if you do, if you can watch Raw, have no problem, and you don't see a problem with Raw. I don't know what Matt Riddle gave you, but whatever it is, it must be strong. But Raw definitely needs a lot of tweaking. Raw needs something new, something fresh, something that's gonna explode. You know, that's why I think me and Nate even talked about it. They need to work with AEW and have AEW invade Raw. You know how many views that would get? And I know they listen to us. They've taken ideas from us. I'm just shocked we haven't seen an alien in either show. Because that happens. I'm flying to Connecticut or Jacksonville, and I'm throwing hands with someone. But they want to take everything else that we say and do and use it. Or we use it, and they just, both of them, copy and paste it. And I'm like, here's how I know they'll be listening. If someone comes out with a freaking thing for my character that I'm about to come out and everything. You know the ironic thing? I just thought about this. Me and you are in a rivalry right now.
What do you mean?
In AEW.
Yeah.
And we're just...
Oh, yeah.
Kayfabe's dead.
Oh, I see what you mean. I was like,
Kayfabe.
yeah, we are.
Kayfabe's dead.
So wow, is your best friend just beating you up for the love of it?
Yeah. I was talking about how this match should have been like a 4-star match, how this match should have been a lot longer, how they should have done Mahal better, how they should have not have him look like an idiot. I said he literally walked into a future shock DDT.
He walked right into it, and me and we were all like looking at each other like, did he just walk into that? Like, why would you just stroll into it? Like, you know?
Then I was talking about how both companies take our ideas.
What do you mean?
From AEW.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking about how if we see a green or purple man show up on either show, we're throwing hands with that company.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
Yeah, man.
But that match should have, like I said, that match should have been better.
It was actually a good build, too. I was into it.
The story behind it was good. Mm-hmm. And I talked about how Raw needs something shaken up. And if you think Raw don't have problems, what the frick did Matt Riddle give you? Because that must be some strong stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, the best way to get Raw, the best views, start working with AEW and have AEW invade them.
Which I heard rumors that AEW wanted to do that, but
Vince don't want to because Vince is a stubborn old man.
He can do it all on his own.
Yeah, no. Next match. God. Just disappointment. You should know what match is next.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Great wrestling match, though.
Great wrestling match. Awful winner. I wonder how she went so much. Thank you, Daddy Vince.
I don't know, man. I heard rumors that she said she would leave. She didn't win. She's like, if you don't let me win, I'll leave. Who do you think you are?
I would have said, there's the door. Don't let it hit over the way out.
I'll leave.
We can have Nikki and Ripley can tear the house down for 15, 20 minutes.
No, because they think that she's the best diva, the most viable diva. I'm like,
she's the most overrated diva. Nothing against her. She's a great wrestler. She's a fantastic wrestler. But why on God's green earth do you need to give her the title 14 times, I think, now? Just so she could tie Daddy's record and go, woo!
and they gave her like an NXT title when she wasn't even on NXT.
Oh, don't get me started on all. Do not get me started on that. I will freaking just. This stream will go on for hours. Yeah.
Remember that little?
Remember that freaking botch Rumble that she won and went after Ripley for no reason at all?
they just don't ever. They're like, oh, Charlotte, put her in the title picture. I'm like, why? You didn't even earn it.
You know how much people? You know how many people would benefit by beating Charlotte?
Oh, a lot.
Imagine, like, Ripley looks like a complete joke and it irritates me because she can never beat Charlotte.
And they kind of killed her momentum with the fans because now whenever she comes out, it's like, I'm like, no! You killed it! No!
I'm the biggest Ripley mark. I am the biggest Ripley fan.
And she was over. I know she was over. I was watching some of those matches from NXT. She was over. And she was over when she debuted. But ever since she lost to Charlotte, it just hasn't been the same.
Seriously, they need to, I said this in our little chat. There's a chat that we all have that we all talk in. I said Raw's women's division, the women's division WWE is trash. It is trash because they don't know how to build stars unless it's the 4 horsewomen or Ronda Rousey.
Fair point.
Bianca was built good, and then what happened? Our 4 horsewomen comes up and just give me that title.
And then my girl Asuka made her a backstage like comedy act, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, she does have the Raw title. We'll give her a match, pre-show." Like what? Who do you think you are?
They did our girls dirty, Nate.
Bad, real bad. How dare them?
The best thing they did with Asuka was feuding with Ripley.
And how ironic, they're both down the crapper now.
They went down the hole.
Oh, they had a good match? Bury them. They're over? Bury them.
They got over by themselves. Charlotte. Don't sick them, girl.
Here you go.
Here's another title reign for no reason. Here's your 14. Here's your 15.
What's she going to do with this? She's done nothing. She's saying the same crap she did before.
She also just got beat up by Nia.
Bad. Oh, that was a stiff match. Did you watch that? It was stiff.
They went. She said.
They actually fought for a minute. Yeah.
I was like, what the?
She stopped around.
I'm like, what is this? No one cares. Get them out of here. Why isn't Baszler in there killing everyone?
Where is Baszler?
On the outside watching, like, well, this is bad. I kind of want to go back to NXT.
They fed her to Nia. They're like, here you go. Here's Nia. Here you go. Yeah, that's great, right?
It's so hard for us to... I know it's hard for me to say it. I know it's hard for you to say it because you just want to love it.
I do. So
but
bad.
It's so easy to make fun of it. It is so easy. It is so easy to crap on WWE, and it's like, I get it.
I don't want to, though.
I don't want to, but it's so easy.
Whenever they're like backstage, they're like, all right, Drew, gender, no one cares. Go out there for 5 minutes and have a match.
Imagine him saying that, and then them two looking at each other like,
what? Charlotte needs time, all right? Go out there and give her some time.
What?
We're a lot over than that. But no.
I was WWE champion for like 2 years during the pandemic.
And who remembers it? Everyone does.
I carried the company on my back during the pandemic, Vince.
Sorry, pal, you're not wrong.
Well, fuck you.
I'll get Brock back tonight, though.
Oh, let me beat him again. Oh, no, pal.
Sorry, bud. Just sit back here and watch, like you're going to be doing. Look up the lights, pal. Gender.
Okay, here's another thing. Before we go on to something that saved a little bit of the pay-per-view, just a little bit.
There's good things in this show. There is really good things.
That match was good.
It's all in the last half.
Exactly.
The first half is awful. The second half is pretty good.
Here's the thing. Again, what are you doing with John Morrison? How are you going to make him a babyface to make him get squashed by Cross and Omos back-to-back weeks? You don't know how to book baby faces. I swear on everything.
It's like they're like, you're not cool anymore. We're going to bury you now. I don't like you. What?
The man has held world titles in other companies. The man is talented. And he came back just to be buried. He's probably sitting there like, I should have went to AEW. I should have.
He's like, when's that contract doing up again?
When's my contract ending?
God damn, I got a year contract. Yeah.
Anyway, next match, which was fantastic. Edge versus Seth Rollins. Thank you, Edge. Thank you, Seth.
I was like, please, let's be good, please.
And it was. It was long. It was good. That's what she said.
Yep. It was long, good, and had a good ending. So
and it was girthy.
It had a very good ending. It was very, kind of a girthy length.
Thank you.
Who won that match, Seth?
Edge.
Edge won it. Yeah, because he won with a submission.
Yeah, and everyone was like,
I'm like, what? I loved it though. I was like,
thank you, Edge, and thank you, Seth,
Yeah.
for doing something good. You see that autograph right there by Seth? It is up there for a reason. He deserves to be on the wall of greatness. Him and Edge both. Him and Edge both killed it. They did what they were supposed to do.
we were over here like, please don't make this a buggy finish or do something screwy. Because every match almost had a screwy finish or was short and like something about it was like off. I'm like, just let them have a match, please. Someone let them have a wrestling match.
And they did. Vince must have snapped out. Vince must have had a nap time and he woke up and was like, all right, let's book this thing better.
And it's funny because like you're over here like thinking, you're like, so the two matches where the veterans face the young talent, do you count Bobby Lashley as young talent?
No.
I don't either. That's why I was like,
He's in his 40s.
Yeah, but like as far as Roman versus Cena and Seth versus Edge, great matches with older talent with new talent.
Because they know what to do. It's like Vince doesn't know how to have these young talent just go out there and go, do what you love. And that match was a 5-star match. That match was fantastic. Thank you, Edge. Thank you, Seth.
Great match.
Thank you, guys. Oh, God, and then we got to this awful.
Bobby versus Goldberg.
Let's-
Was there a fly on my leg?
Let's talk about that real quick.
What the hell's on my? Oh, it's you.
MVP hit him
Oh God.
with his crutch. Goldberg did not sell it, and the camera picked up and he went, oh.
He looked right at MVP. Said,
MVP was like, are you going to sell or make me look like a retard?
But the way MVP did it, he didn't put any oomph into it. He said, that's probably why Goldberg was like, what do you do? Oh, yeah.
I forgot this is a WCW where I can't just spear everyone and win. I have to tell stories.
That was the first match I've ever seen with Goldberg where it ended with him being like hurt, like in pain.
And we kind of thought it was legit. Because before he even got the thing, he did start, his knee was getting messed up. Like he did something to his knee and he was limping. And
Part of it could have been real, part of it could have been work.
And then he freaking got hit with the crutch and was just like, oh, there's a fly on my, oh, wait, no, death.
That will live in infamy, man. The way he looked at MVP, what are you doing?
There it is. It was a late reaction. I lagged.
Then his son comes in. I'm like, why is his son just running into the ring? Who let him in?
You know he was sick. You know he's 16.
Yeah, and he got like
He got beat up. A minor just got beat up on live TV, and no one said a thing about it.
They're like, oh, it's all right. You know. He looks entertaining, so we'll just put him in there, and nobody knows. Eventually, everyone knows.
Everyone said he deserved it when he was a little chubby kid. He did the dab on top of the ring post.
Oh my god.
So it was like, karma.
And it's like they're gonna build up this Goldberg versus Bobby feud, which we did not need a feud. We just needed a match. Why is there a feud now? And to watch it be Goldberg as the face, he's gonna take over the heel. He's gonna have, because the only reason why they're making Bobby win is because of MVP most of the time. This is always MVP holding someone's foot or distracting them, and then Bobby wins. They're probably gonna be like, okay, MVP, you're not gonna be there. Just gonna be Goldberg and Bobby Lashley, and Goldberg's gonna spear him and win. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I will not watch Raw for the rest of my life if that happens. Until Vince dies, or something happens where they start creating something different on Raw, I ain't never watching Raw in my life ever. I will watch NXT, AEW, SmackDown, Rampage. I will watch that, and I'll be happy. I won't have to sit there and get gray hair within like 5 seconds of watching this.
You're like over here like, okay, now I have no reason to watch this show. I already had no reason. Now I really don't have a reason to watch this.
Literally, if you think about it, if they do that, it's going to be like, yeah, ain't no one watching this now. Ain't no one watching it. And the views go up to 2.5 million. What the?
And you know what's crazy, though? I'll give this match this. I liked how they made Bobby look strong over Goldberg.
For once.
Yeah. But the ending, it was one of those cases where the ending was really screwy and really, I thought it was real, but then I'm like, oh, it's worked. It was a worked ending where Goldberg couldn't compete because of his leg. And it was just like, this is Goldberg, man. Like, you're going to have him get hurt? I understand what they were trying to do.
Legend wrestling.
Yeah, the streak, he beat Brock Lesnar in like 6 seconds. It's like, the dude's done stuff, and you're going to have him get an injured leg in like 10 minutes.
Buried the Fiend.
Oh, yeah, he did that.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Scratching that wound.
No, you know how petty Vince is going to be if he does this? You know they were selling Fiend merch, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were selling Fiend merch at SummerSlam. And there's a Fiend Funko Pop coming out for Christmas where he's dressed up as Santa.
How are they able to do that?
Because they have the rights to the Fiend because Bray let them have it. So what they're going to do, and this is going to, if they do this, I'm losing a lot of respect with Vince and everything he stands for. They're going to bring the Fiend back and have it be played by someone else.
You can't do that.
Yeah, he can.
What?
If Bray signed the thing to let them have the Fiend, like I'm pretty sure he did, because there's no way in anything that they should be making Fiend merch, but they are. They technically own the Fiend, so they're going to have someone else play the Fiend, and it's going to make me beyond mad, and it's going to be disrespectful, because you literally just took Bray's creation, wiped it in his face, and just snatched it from him, and now using it to get more merch sales.
Mm-hmm. And they're still using it for the whole Alexa Bliss thing, too.
So if you see a Fiend thing pop up, and if it's not Bray, they're gonna get. I'm gonna say it's gonna be hell to pay for Vince, because people are not gonna buy it. People are gonna find it really disrespectful, and people are not gonna like that. And I'm gonna be one of them people. If I see a Fiend walk up, and I'm like, you're not Bray Wyatt. You're not the Fiend. Get on and get out of here.
Who would even play the Fiend?
They'll put some random person who's kind of jacked, who's kind of big, and cover him up with fake tattoos probably, and just go, it's the Fiend. And everyone's like, that's not Bray.
Does anybody remember fake Razor Ramon?
Exactly.
Fake Kevin Nash?
Fake Diesel, fake Cat, fake Razor. They're going to do the same thing with Bray. I guarantee it's not Bray, but Fiend. They're going to do a fake Fiend. It's going to freaking be disrespectful.
What if they take that part too?
What?
The guys that wear the sweater.
They do that. If they bring out the fire.
Don't worry, it's still me. I just look a little different.
Oh heck no! I I will turn off Raw quicker than anything in my life if I've seen that.
Then what is this?
So
Maybe they bring back the Dark Father for somebody else. They bring it for Priest. He's like, call it the Father. What? No, you can't do that. That's somebody else's gimmick.
next match was, and it's the main event, Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
One of my favorite John Cena matches, honestly.
Really? Good. I liked it a lot.
I think it was just because I had to follow the rest of the show. You were like, it's end. Did this pay-per-view just end already? It's been 3.5 hours.
The match was good. I was enjoying it. It was fun. It was different. You know, I like the dynamic that Cena said, all I need is 1, 2, 3. And that's all I need to beat you.
1, 2, 3.
And Roman playing that cocky, arrogant heel. Like, oh, you can't beat me.
He was like, just go back to Hollywood, John. I don't get the whole Hollywood thing, man. It's just weird to me, you know?
That was a good match. I liked the slow. I like how it was slow and just different. It was different, and I liked that a lot. And it was good. I give a 4. I give the Goldberg thing a 1. Being generous.
Yeah, be very generous there. I don't even know if I would even give it a rating.
I was entertained with it for what it was, at least.
Wait, the Goldberg match?
Yeah, for
I'll
once.
give it. Yeah, I'll give it 4.
It was entertaining for a little bit, and then it went to, I'm going to hit you in the leg with this thing, and you're going to not sell it. And I was like, oh, Lord have mercy. So that happened. So yeah, but I definitely give this for everything it was a 5.
What, the main event?
Yep.
Man, that was on point. I just felt it was a match where it was slow paced, but I feel like it just was in the wrong place at the wrong time because
It was slow paced, but it was like really good for it.
no, it was a great match. I'm just saying like it was placed wrong because it followed a bunch of slow matches. So, but like Seth and Edge was very methodical. Bobby and Goldberg wasn't really a fast paced match, and so he'd already had slow matches before, and it followed it. And they were really taking the time with the match. I'm like, this has been like a 30, 40 minute match, man. Can it just, you know?
I want one fry.
Yep. But great main event, good story. Cena did a good job.
They
So
both
did
did a
Roman.
good job. And then Brock Lesnar came back, and I was like, what the fudge?
Look at his bun.
Look at his bun. Look at the beard. Look at the body. He's jacked, man.
Jack.
He's built. He scares me even more now,
So we got babyface Brock coming back.
which will be interesting. But as a whole, what would you rate SummerSlam out of 10? I know we kind of did in the chat. But I'm gonna give it a little bit different rating because the end match and the Edge match and the triple threat match was really good. The end of the card was really good. Even the Goldberg thing, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10.
I was gonna say I'll be generous and give it a 4 because there are good things about it.
There's
overall.
good things, but there was a lot of bad things about SummerSlam. Now, let's get to All Out.
Yay!
Yay! Something that didn't feel goddamn 8 hours long and was enjoyable.
And then bury everyone that debuted. Like return or debut or whatever.
So, we didn't see this match because we were having problems getting everything set up. Best friends with Jurassic Express versus the Hardy family office. And Jurassic Express and Best Friends won. Good for them.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really see much of it. We also didn't get to see much of this match till the end. And you seemed like you weren't a fan of it. Miro versus Eddie Kingston.
And we really didn't miss much. That was really the match that we've seen. Most of it was that.
Just that.
Miro destroying Eddie Kingston,
Wow.
which I wasn't a fan of.
I'm not a fan of that. So, So here's what we kept up on. This is what we seen. John Moxley versus I'm not gonna say that man's name.
Let me see it.
The Japanese dude.
Oh, the New Japan Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a slower paced, good match. It was a classic wrestling match. Kojima, yeah.
Yeah, Kojima. John Moxley versus Kojima. It was a very slow, hard-hitting match. It was good. There was a botch. I think you've seen it with Moxley and the knee.
Bro, his knee was like 8 foot away from his face. I'm like, what are you doing?
Then he got him with a legitimate knee, and he was like, okay, that made up for it. That was a good match. I never really seen any New Japan people before in my life. He was really good in my opinion. Yeah, that was a good match. I really enjoyed that match. And then, what was his name? Came out.
Oh man,
He's a New Japan wrestling legend too. He's an older dude.
I have to look him up. I forgot his name already.
I can't say their names that well, so I can't.
Who is John Moxley feuding with right now?
Suzuki.
Yeah,
Suzuki. That's who it was. Suzuki came out, and that's gonna be a hard hitting match on Dynamite. That's gonna also be a really good match.
Yep.
Dr. Britt Breaker, DMD versus Chris Statman.
Yeah,
I liked it. I
don't really like Britt Baker, so I mean, it was good. She won.
Chris was really good in my opinion. That was the first time seeing her wrestle. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed Baker. That was a fun match. That was a fun little match. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, we get to this match. The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros in a steel cage match. Oh my.
One of my favorite tag team matches, that's for sure.
The best match in 2020. No one's ever going to follow that up.
No, it was so brutal.
It was brutal. The story was there. You know, the match itself was fast-paced, and then it was slow-paced, and it was fast-paced. The Young Bucks being the cocky, arrogant heels they are. Lucha Bros, like, doing... I love the little thing they did with Penta being the older brother, and, like, they were going to super kick Phoenix, but Penta rolled in front of him. He's like, no, you're going to kick me. So they kicked him, and they kicked Penta, and they had the thumbtack shoes. That looked brutal.
Their masks got all torn up.
Their masks were beaten up, and they were all bloody and beat up. And then they started getting the Young Bucks all bloody and beat up. And then I think Ray Phoenix did like some type of splash off the top of the cage. And then they hit their finisher. And 1, 2, 3, new tag team champions, like it should have been. And that was the best match I think I've ever seen in my life when it comes to a tag team match.
And that was in a cage, too.
It was
very
in a
interesting.
Cage. They were using the cage as an advantage. It was just so good. I like that. That is legit a 5-star match. That is a 6. That's a 6 out of 5. Like that was fantastic.
The longest tag team title reign finally came to an end.
The cringiest one.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I got respect for him for at least dropping the belts.
I got respect for him during that match. Like, good Lord, they were good. Like, I may not like the Young Bucks, but I give them respect because they're one of the best. They are one of the best tag teams in the world. They're cringe. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Which is they're doing their jobs, but still, I like TNA Young Bucks, early TNA Young Bucks. That was the Young Bucks I like. Then we got the Casino Battle Royal, which was, you know, you were kind of like, I don't know any of these women, and I was kind of the same way. I was like, I don't know a lot of these women either. But it was still fun to watch. Like, their battle royals are always really fun because they always do the stipulations with the cards and stuff.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And you know, it was getting good and everything. And then a Joker card popped up, so we're like, well, I wasn't expecting Joker. And then Ruby Solo is here in AEW, and she got the biggest pop I've ever seen in my life. And
she won.
The
right way. She didn't just go in there and bury everyone.
Yeah, and it came down to her and Thunder Rosa, and them two were killing it. Honestly, I like to see them have a singles match. And Ruby Solo is getting treated already better AEW, if you didn't done to me. It's not rocket science. It's really not. So, after that, we got MJF versus Chris Jericho. That was a good little match. You know, that spot Jericho took scared us a little bit where he, like, got his head hit that apron. We were like, oh, he might be out.
And that spot where he got caught up in the apron, I thought he'd botched. If you watch it, I think MJF pulled the apron out, so he slid through the baseball slide.
He did that.
I thought it was a botch. I thought I did it and went into the apron. I'm like, oh, well, that was convenient for MJF.
But that match was good. I guess something happened where the ref didn't see his foot, and then she said MJF won for a little bit, and everyone was getting sad, like, no, his foot. And one of the refs came over and said, his foot's on the ropes. He looks, he's like, oh. He's like, restart the match. He pushes her, she pushes him back, and, you know, Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
Chris came. I having a brain. Chris he went for a roll up, and then he hit something I can't remember. Then he hit the walls of Jericho finally, and then he kind of almost botched it at the end, if you remember.
I can't do that version.
He tried to do the one version where he puts his leg on your back or on your head, but then as soon as you start to do it, he's like, no, I'm just gonna sit. So he just went down and MJF tapped. So Jericho's in-ring career's not over. Fantastic match, fantastic story.
Oh yeah.
4. I give everything's a 4 in my opinion, except for like the 2 matches in the beginning. So we get to the one match. The one match everyone was very, very excited for. 7 long years away from the ring. CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Good match. Really good match. My one concern is still there with Punk. That ring rust was definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely a little bit slower.
He slowed way down.
He was a little bit more like different.
He wasn't as high fly as he usually is.
Mm-hmm. So I think that ring rust definitely got to him a little bit. And people are going to be like, oh, you're hating. No, I'm not hating. There's a difference between hating and pointing out things that you see in the debut.
Yeah,
Debut. He was a little bit slow, and he kind of hurt his knee a little bit too in that match.
Yeah, because he was limping and he was holding her.
So
I think he landed awkward on it or something.
Yeah. So, but again, me and you both knew our expectations from this match, so we knew Punk wasn't going to come up to a 5-star.
Yeah, everybody was probably thinking he was, but
the match was still good. Darby was good. Punk was good. And Darby
lost, but they didn't make him look weak. He was able to
good.
Shake his hand. He didn't want anybody to help him get up. It was a good little thing they did there.
Same thing with Sting. Sting shakes his hand and everything. It was a good match. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It was good. Punk just a little bit had that ring rust. I think probably next time he wrestles, he'll probably get in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
But he was good. I point out he looked a little bit skinnier, if you notice. Like Mr. Dick Everhard didn't see that. He was like, he's always been a skinny wrestler. But yeah, he's always been a skinny wrestler, but he literally just looked skinny. He didn't have like a lot of muscle. But that's just my take on it. It was
I
still
see
good.
what you mean. I understand.
It was still a good match. I enjoyed it. It was good and really good. I really enjoyed that. So then this match happened: Paul White versus QT Marshall. What? Just so Big Show can get a win?
Yeah, nothing much to it.
Don't have Big Show wrestle, please. Keep Big Show retired over on commentary.
I was like, well, so much for wanting to put young talent over. Which, I mean, I think the guy was a coach or something. I don't know who the heck QT Marshall was.
Neither do I.
This was like, felt like a random match that didn't need to be there, honestly.
So then, Kenny Omega took on Christian Cage, and another good match that they had. It was definitely different. That table spot was probably the brutalest spot I've ever seen in my life, where he put the table on and stomped on it and broke it. That was brutal. The match itself was brutal. It was good. It was a good, very good main event. I really enjoyed that main event. That main event was really good. Christian and Kenny tore it down. Really good match. And then at the end, not Jurassic Park. The Elite came out, started beating up on Christian. Jurassic Express came out, started beating up on. They got beat up by the Elite, and then the swerve of the lifetime happened. Adam Cole became All Elite, baby. He came out, and we thought, oh, he's going to be a babyface. That's what they did to him. Nope, he freaking super kicked Jungle Boy and went right back to the Elite, and they gave him a kiss on the cheek. He cut a promo, and I don't know if anyone caught it but me, and when I caught it, all y'all caught it. And when I caught it, I said it, and y'all like, oh, that's a shot. Adam Cole said there is no chance in hell that they're going to stop the Elite. And I sat there, was sitting there. It went over his head. It went over his head. I don't know about you. I
noticed it.
So me and you definitely caught it when he first said it. It went over both of their heads. So that was a shot. That's an appropriate shot because apparently here's the reason why they didn't re-sign Colt. This is the reason. Cole said he wasn't giving up the switch.
Really?
That's why they didn't get him back.
That's stupid. They just lost one of their biggest stars because they didn't allow them to have a switch. Like what's wrong? Like, why? Why not have?
Remember the third party rule that they did?
So stupid.
It's gonna kill him. It's gonna kill him.
It was amazing, dude. I was like, Adam Cole's here. What?
Adam Cole's here, and then we're sitting there. It's like, all right, so they're beating up on the Jungle Express. We're like, all right, where's he at?
Daniel.
And then Bryan Danielson came out, and we're like, holy crap, they're stacked. They got the big guns. We had Ruby Solo, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, all day.
The New Japan legend that returned.
Oh, yeah, the two New Japan guys, but, not a lot of people really. Although the one, Kashuki. Everyone knows that one, but, everyone else,
I am really surprised the Iconics didn't know.
I think they might go to Impact.
Oh, okay.
What I've heard. Which they'll still show up in AEW, obviously, but what a pay-per-view. What an end to it. What a start. What a finish. Tell me why that was 10 times better than SummerSlam.
I think it was just booked a lot better. They put a lot more effort into it.
They have more heart, and it's starting to show. And I did criticize AEW a lot on my channel, and I still.
Well, they're not perfect.
They're not perfect, and that's the thing I'm trying to get out to people. They're not perfect, and I don't want people to sit there and say it's the same thing with a couple people I watch on YouTube or even TikTok. They even say I love AEW, but I want to make people realize it's not perfect. And they're right, it's not. It's gonna have its issues. It's gonna have its faults. It's gonna have its problems. It's gonna run into WWE type stuff. But at the end of the day, I am more convinced that they have more heart than WWE right now. Because what I'm seeing from them, they're going out there, they're tearing it down on Dynamite, they're tearing it down on Rampage, and they're tearing it down on their pay-per-views. For us. Vince isn't letting his guys do that for us. And I know a lot of people are sitting there like, he's talking a lot about WWE. That's a bad, negative thing. And I was all for it. But
but they don't realize that you don't want to.
I don't.
We both want to be like, yeah.
We both want to sit there and say, SummerSlam was awesome.
Yeah.
All Out was awesome. But we can't. Because SummerSlam was not that good to us. It really wasn't.
TakeOver was better than SummerSlam.
We can sit there and compare them to TakeOver and All Out. Both amazing. Both fantastic. Yeah. Both was hands down the best thing in wrestling that week.
There is no comparison between SummerSlam and All Out, though. It's like, what did SummerSlam do? Like, they bring back people. They bring them back in the wrong way. It's sort of like Brock.
And then you have Raw, knowing what happened last night, knowing that they have to follow that up, and they drop the ball again. And the funny thing was, the funny thing that happened, Vince had to create a meeting.
What?
Yeah. When All Out ended, he had a creative meeting.
What the heck did they say? Oh, they're not competition.
They're not competition. Let's just keep booking the way we're booking. Trash.
We'll give them some more talent.
I swear. Don't give him ideas because he will. He'll give them. Imagine if he lets go Drew McIntyre.
He said that in an interview.
I know he did.
I let him have more talent.
Drew McIntyre release. Seth Rollins release.
We'll give him more talent.
Woo! You don't mess
Like,
up.
what are you doing? You're just gonna give him your talent? He'll be all right. He'll go over there. No, that's okay.
It's the same thing. You even said it, and I want you to say it on the stream. What did they do in WCW that they're not going to be able to do with AEW? You said it to us multiple times.
Oh, create new stars.
No.
WWE wise or AEW?
No. You told us Vince is giving them talent so they can get bought out in the end.
Yeah.
They can't do that this time. AEW has more money than him.
And they have the thing with WCW that killed WCW is that they wouldn't build new stars. They would let the old guys take over the show. The AEW, they're building the young guys while also building the old guys. And that's different than WCW. So I think that right now, even though Orange Cassidy isn't the AEW champion, I think one day he will be. And they're building it up to it. They can't just give him a title. He's young.
I mean, look at
He's young. Just give him a title.
Look at Malachi Black.
For sure he's going to be an AEW champion.
Look at my boy.
They are building him like he's the most unstoppable force in wrestling right now.
Until Cody comes back and beats him.
I hope not.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Someone's going to beat him eventually, but I hope it's not Cody.
It's going to be Cody. I guarantee you.
Malachi Black is on fire right now. He's over with the audience. They're treating him like he's actually a serious character again, and they're booking him right. And they debuted him right. It's like it's all done right. Whereas WWE, they didn't know what to do with him. They didn't understand him.
Come knock on my door, please.
Yeah. Where's my fight? Why don't you go out there and look for a fight? You're Aleister freaking Black.
The thing that made me mad was the father character that he was building.
Oh, dude.
That could have been so cool. And then just said, "You're released."
They probably wanted to use that in AEW, but they can't. Because WWE owns it. It sucks. I wanted him to do the Call of the Father gimmick so
I
bad.
kind of want him to get a stable, honestly. Though. I want him to get like that one chick in that Battle Royal. I want him to get all the dark characters, kind of. Not the Dark Order, obviously, but like these darker characters. Like he's like their father, and he's like, "You did well." Like you like in like Bible stuff. Like you did well, my good faithful servant. Now go out there and do more. Oh, you failed me. Your punishment. Yeah. Kicks him. Beats him. He goes out there. He has to do what they failed at. He does it.
You have so much you can do with that character right now. It's so good.
I'm loving it. I'm loving how they're treating. I'm loving how they're treating all these people. And it's just like you could have done that in WWE, but you refused to. Man.
Look at Andrade. Look at Andrade. He became a main event guy, like caliber. Like the dude is on fire in AEW. Like he's being treated seriously. He's not just some jobber guy that they could make job.
Well, he was U.S. champion, but
yeah, but they didn't really care. Like they treated Andrade like he was a C player at best. AEW's like, we'll make you main event caliber, like your promos, your matches. We'll give you.
He just can't cut promos because he doesn't speak the best English. That's why they get him Chavo.
I think though that they're treating him a lot better in AEW than he was in WWE.
Oh, by a mile.
I don't know about NXT because NXT treated him really good, but
NXT treating him the best, but AEW treating him better than the main roster.
Yeah.
Same thing with Black. NXT treating him fantastic. Main roster, he even said it was a slow, painful death. If someone goes on and says that, then you got a problem in your company.
Did you ever notice how all the talent that leaves is young? They all say it's like a prison, or they were being held under, or slow and painful death, or they just feel like they couldn't get anywhere. Like Buddy Murphy released this promo where he's in like this prison, and he finally got let out. I'm like, that's a symbol for WWE. Oh, he finally got let out of this prison.
Because like some of them, like they treated Buddy okay. Like at least he won a title. Like if you won a title, I think he won 2 titles. He was Cruiserweight champion. I forgot about that. If you win like 2 titles, I think they treat you good. Not like the best, or even I would say okay. But if you never won a title, like Aleister did, he never won a title, they would treat him bad. Andrade they treated okay. Buddy they treated okay. Because they at least won U.S. Cruiserweight Tag Team
Chapter
titles.
1, the Dragon.
That
so
went nowhere.
cool.
That went nowhere.
It was so cool. Ah,
now he's getting used, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good.
I think he has really cool merch too.
I need to get some merch.
I love when he comes out and how he
That
comes
skull.
out with the skull. It's so cool. Whereas we watch at WrestleMania entrance, I'm like, that's like they found it backstage and put it on him. They're like, oh, here you go, you're a dark character. Just wear this freaking
I like
thing
that.
with
I like that outfit he wore.
There you
at
go.
Mania, though. I really did wear. I really like the outfit he wore at Mania, though.
I liked it, but it was like they were like, oh, here you go, you're a dark character. Just wear this cloak.
I have the cloak daddy.
Just wear it. It looks good. It's good shit.
I'm the cloak daddy.
Okay, Vince, I'll wear it. Let's put me over. You're right, pal. I'll put you over. I owe you one. Well,
He was doing this when he was talking.
yeah. Sorry, pal. You're not over.
But yeah, I thought SummerSlam was okay. Should have been a lot better. All Out was fantastic.
Did we even get to Kenny Omega?
Yeah, we were talking about it. I was talking about it. I don't know if you wanted to say anything about it.
So we talked about Moxley and the tag team. Talked
Yep.
about the women's battle royale.
Yep.
Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. Pretty good.
Pretty good. I like the Rampage fight a little bit better. But it was still good either way. But
So what would you say overall, your thoughts? I actually wanted to ask you this. What's your thoughts on pro wrestling right now? Is it interesting again? Or is it...
enjoy it. It is a good time to be a wrestling fan because you don't have, like, here's the thing that I wish wrestling fans would do and stop being so talkative about. If you like both, don't sit there and hate one because it's the cool thing to do, or hate the other because it's the cool thing to do. Like them both. If you don't like WWE because of what it's doing, that's fine. If you don't like AEW because you think it's too violent, too gory, too edgelord, that's fine. Don't watch it then. Don't go on their Instagram and talk crap. That's the thing that the wrestling community needs to work on, to me at least. Start being more caring and more kind to each other, then stop tearing down promotions. Because imagine if they start working together. If they start working together, man, that's the best time to be a wrestling fan because you'll get Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns, Young Bucks versus New Day, Young Bucks versus Usos, freaking Eddie Kingston versus freaking, I don't know who they freaking have to be. That's a freaking crazy character right now. Roman Reigns. Anyone on that roster versus Roman Reigns. Anyone on the other roster versus Kenny Omega. Anyone at all on both rosters versus each other will be good. Imagine they do a Bullet Club versus Bullet Club type angle where they get all the New Japan Bullet Clubs and they go to the WWE one with Finn and they got the ones in AEW and they all fight. You know how cool that would be?
Yeah, you have one of the best things.
But Vince needs to realize it's not about the competition. It's about making the memories and making the stories. Imagine if AEW Invitational. Imagine if WWE beats them, but then they do it again and then AEW beats them to get the even score on. That's what I booked. I booked AEW invading them, having WWE come together and actually beating AEW because it's like I called it World War. World War, I think me and Ty were talking about it, World War, and have a War Game style match with AEW's top guys against WWE's top guys in a War Games match. Have WWE win, and then they still work together. They do a World War II, and then have AEW win.
Yep.
So you can get, everyone gets to eat. You know, you have your AEW guys beat your WWE guys, have your WWE guys beat your AEW guys, have your Impact guys surprisingly beat some WWE guys. Have your AA guys beat some AEW guys. Have like these other talents come in and like you can imagine like Roman Reigns on Dynamite. Imagine Kenny Omega on Raw. Imagine all these people in different promotions and they're all working together. Wrestling would be amazing. There would be no more. There would be no more complaining about everything. Because guess what? If you complain during that, then you're just being stupid and cringy and freaking just wanting to use at that point. How all those other guys complain. I guarantee you JD would be one of them. That other guy that you should be probably would be one of them too, complaining about all that. Just because they want the views. It's not about what you think is good, but if they all work together and make something memorable for Raw, NXT, SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage. We could get everyday wrestling. Think about it. We could have Raw, NXT, Dynamite, put Rampage on Thursday, SmackDown. 5 days out of the 7. And then Saturday, NXT pay-per-views, Dynamite pay-per-views, Sundays, WWE pay-per-views, and more AEW pay-per-views, or just have NXT on Saturday.
It could be good.
It could be so freaking good, but Vince doesn't see that. He wants just the money, the grief, and all of that. I guarantee you, if Triple H was in control right now, it would be happening.
It'd be booked, and they'd be like, sure. But they're like, I think Vince, like you said, is just looking at it in very basic terms. Where he's just like, I want to do it all on my own.
I would have at WrestleMania. I would have Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, the main event. You know how many people would love to see
I would do
that?
John Moxley too. John Moxley versus Roman Reigns.
John Moxley versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. A different Shield triple threat. Have WWE go TV 14. Have them be able to flip the bird sometimes. Have them be able to cuss a little bit more. Imagine WrestleMania having all these AEW guys. Imagine WrestleMania. It'll be so long. It would be hours.
Roman got in trouble because of some of his promos. Because of him saying things.
But he said the missionaries.
Yeah, he got in trouble for it.
It's like, let him be a heel. Let them wrestle. Let them be good heels. Imagine MJF versus Randy Orton. Imagine MJF versus Miz. Imagine the promos those two would have. Vince has to realize that he's got to open his eyes, because if he wants it to be good, work with them. Imagine a WrestleMania that was 10 hours long, because you would have all these AEW guys on there getting their dubs or eating. You'd have all the WWE guys eating. You'd have some Impact guys in there eating. Imagine a battle royale at WrestleMania involving AEW, AAA, WWE, and New Japan and Impact guys all in there.
They call it the Brand Battle Royale.
The Brand Battle Royale, and they do the thing.
Or because AEW works with all their other companies, have a Champions Battle Royale. Bobby and Roman, and have the NXT champion in there. Have the AAA champion in there.
Well,
have Christian in there. You have Kenny.
Kenny has both AA and AEW.
You have the New Japan World Champion in there. You'd have the.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But imagine that. You have money. You have 3 different Money in the Banks. You have AEW Money in the Bank. You have New Japan Impact, New Japan Money in the Bank, WWE Money in the Bank. It would be so good.
But they want to do it on their own. They don't want to work with
Vince
partners.
wants to do it on his own. Triple H, I guarantee you, wants that. He can see that. He's probably watching right now like, this is good stuff. He's like, Vince, please let me have my babies. Let me do this. I can do it better. No. Bobby Lashley, Goldberg. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar. Bro, imagine Brock Lesnar versus Kenny Omega.
It'd be good.
Imagine Brock Lesnar versus a New Japan dude.
Mm-hmm. He's already.
Brock Lesnar versus Moose. Moose versus Roman Reigns.
A perfect world.
A perfect world. All of them would be working together in my eyes. A perfect world. It would be happening.
But Vince wants to do it all on his own.
It's all Vince.
He doesn't. I think he has that ego where he doesn't want to. He's just like, I don't need to work with them. They're below me.
I'm so passionate about. At first, I didn't want it to happen. I really didn't. But seeing how New Japan, AEW, Impact, AA all work together, and that PWA thing, not PWA, the Gorilla one, has the gorilla in the background.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's got a gorilla in the background. Kevin, Sammy, all of them came from there. Alistair was there. They brought AEW guys there. Let everyone work together in a world of wrestling. It would be the best thing for wrestling. You wouldn't get tired of it. You would be getting new matchups every single Raw, every single SmackDown, every single NXT. every single Dynamite, there would be Dark, there would be Dynamite, there'd be Rampage, there'd be Raw, there'd be NXT, there'd be SmackDown, there'd be TNA would get a night of its own finally on a network because they'd be working with WWE and be like, "Can we get money, please?" They'd be like, "Here's some money. Here, we'll put you on Spike again. You'll be back to TNA." And it's like, hallelujah, wrestling's amazing right now. Let's enjoy it. All you gotta do. That is the perfect world right now for wrestling fans. They'd be going, let's not try to destroy this. Let's work together with this. And then you just see Vince show up on Dynamite and say, "How's it going, everyone?" And Tony comes out and they shake hands. TNA owner comes out, they shake hands. New Japan dude, they all shake hands. Or on Raw, like Tony shows up, the New Japan indie dude, and then Vince comes out. They're all freaking shaking hands, and then Omega comes out. Moxley comes out. All these guys come out. Raw's viewership would go to 4 million like that.
It'd be amazing.
It'd be so good. SmackDown would be so good. SmackDown alone's already good, but it would get 10 times freaking better. Raw would get 100 times better. NXT, oh my God, imagine NXT with New Japan people in there, Impact people in there, AA people, AEW people, in NXT with Triple H running it. It would be fire wrestling. Raw would have fire stuff. If Vince actually let Triple H take control of the whole thing, Raw would be fire. NXT would be freaking a forest fire. SmackDown would be a freaking ocean fire.
Mm-hmm.
It would all be perfect. And it sucks that Vince is like this.
Yeah, because he could work with them.
And imagine the games. Imagine the games, bro. The figures, the games, the cards. Everything would be 10 times better because imagine a 2K game with over 100 people. Over 100 people. Easily. WWE roster, AEW roster, New Japan roster, Impact roster, AA roster. Oh my good Lord. It would be the best thing ever. Imagine that, bro. Imagine a 2K game. I know 2K is trash. Just imagine. Imagine a 2K game with every single AEW guy in it. Every guy. Impact guy. New Japan guy. It would be the latest thing ever. You wouldn't have to create freaking entrances. You wouldn't have to create superstars. You would have them already in the game. You would get dream matches. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Bryan Danielson versus, I don't know, a freaking Impact guy that's a high flyer. Suicide. Right there.
Yeah.
It'd be so perfect, but Vince is living. We live in this cold world of reality where Vince just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. It does suck, but, I really do appreciate what AEW is trying to do, and I hope that WWE can improve one day, but,
Same.
yeah, I mean, that's our reviews on All Out and SummerSlam.
I got passionate at the end. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Do you have anything you want to close the show with?
I'm good.
All right.
I closed the show with that freaking vent.
Oh no, it's fine. I understand where you're coming from because New Japan had wanted to work with WWE. WWE said no. So if they would have said yes, we could have got New Japan guys on Raw, but they said no, and then they're like, "Oh, AEW, AEW, do you want to work together?" Sure.
Kushida, all those guys. Oh my goodness.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.